Thank you so much for checking out my stream tonight. Thank you so much for checking out my stream tonight. Tonight, I have a very interesting topic I want to speak about. Very, very interesting topic I want to talk about this evening. I have a few guests who will be joining shortly. However, I am just going to start by checking in with everybody that will be here. So, all of my viewers so far, thank you so much for checking in. It's going to be an interesting evening. This evening, I am going to be educating a bit, giving some information, asking the question, know when to walk away and know when to run. Know when to walk away, know when to run. That's what we're going to be getting into this evening. Now I'm going to just be checking out my audio to ensure that everything is going the way I want it to. Good. Sounds as if I'm going okay. Sounds as if I'm doing well. Good. There we go. I have good audio, I have good audience, and I have an interesting conversation. Sometimes we have some conversations that can seem a bit controversial, for want of a better term. However, yes. Yeah, man, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, man, the same one. The same one I just sent you. Okay, all right. Let me see. Let me check back in. Seems as if there may be a challenge. It doesn't come up as a link. You're sending it to your email. All right, here we go then. Give me your email address. I'm just send it to you straight. Give me your email address. Hold on. All right, just send it to you. I'm not gonna send it to you. Then it's supposed to come up okay this time. So it says Dylan dot Maxwell. You said. All right, cool. That should be it. And I apologize for the challenges being faced by one of my guests who will be coming in shortly. Thank you so much for your patience. I might just have to edit that out. But however, I am live, and when you're live, expect anything. You just have to roll with the punches. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. All right, great, 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 great. Questions the topic we'll be discussing tonight is topic we should be discussing tonight is this doesn't come up as a link for you. Topic we'll be discussing is know when to walk away, know when to run. Now, what do I mean when I say know when to walk away and know when to run? It basically means check to ensure that everything is okay in your relationship. Check for the red flags. Check for the red flags. Know when to walk away, know when to run. All right, great. I have one of my guests coming up here. Mr. Maxwell will be coming in to join. And welcome to you, sir.
Yeah, man, happy to be here. I actually had to relocate at the last minute because today Sunday, my neighbor want to enjoy music and he kind of turn up on a certain level. So I don't want to call him and say, yo, turn down your music, no, man. So I just say, no, because I say I can relocate to somewhere that's much more quiet.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man, I get what you're saying. You don't want your neighbor to think that you're being a challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's good. So welcome you so much, man. Welcome, welcome. You know, when we're checking out this evening, and the topic we want to discuss this evening is know when to walk away and know when to run. What, what, what does that denote for you? What comes to your mind when you hear us speaking about know when to walk away and knowing when to run? What comes to your mind right away?
well, keeping it simple, 2 words, red flag. Red,
Chaja,
yeah,
chaja, red flag, brother, red flag. If you miss the red flags, you know you can get yourself in a trouble. You know.
yeah, man, without a doubt.
Yeah, man. And I want to start off the conversation like this. I have to set the precedence for the conversation. And what I here is what I love to ensure that we put in the context. Men and women are not the same. Men and women, regardless of what society is trying to tell us these days, men and women are just not the same.
That's true.
So, in many instances, we are governed by different rules. There are different set of rules that govern men and women when it comes to especially relationships. and what
Yeah.
they expect and what the expectations are.
True.
Because in so many cases we're being told that a woman can do what a man can do and do it better. I mean, these are some of the feminist things that have been portrayed like for years now. You know, feminism has come to the forefront of everything right now. And we are basically told that um, women are just better and men should basically take a seat and come along for the ride and allow the woman to take charge, the strong, independent woman to take charge.
Yep.
So that is the dynamics right now
Yeah.
of which we live. And it can be really, it can be a dangerous precedence to set,
Yep.
you know, both for young men and young women. It can be a dangerous thing to precedence to set for both young men and young women,
Yeah.
you know.
Because what I believe in is that sometimes it creates a situation where there are unrealistic expectations being set because well, the TV said women can do this now, and the lady on the TV said this, so therefore this young lady that I'm talking to, even though we haven't set our expectation because the TV said so, therefore I'm expecting her to do that because she's supposed to be strong and she can do what I do, you know.
Yeah, and there are so many cases of women reaching to a particular age and then realizing that some of the things that they were chasing down at a younger age,
Yeah.
it comes back to affect them negatively later on in life.
Yep, that's true.
It comes to, because I was just reading an article recently where this she was a supermodel maybe in the 80s. She's now in her 50s.
Hmm.
And she came on YouTube and she was complaining that men walk past her when she go to the bar, nobody don't see her. And this is a supermodel we're talking about.
But
You
think
know,
about it. But think about it now. She is in her 50s. She has aged out of the dating pool, right? And chances are she probably don't have no eggs, probably, right?
more
So
than likely not.
so why is she competing with much younger, youthful women out there? Why should she get just the same as attention as those type of women out there?
I think in that particular case, it could be because in her 20s, remember as I mentioned, she was a supermodel.
Hmm.
She graced the covers of some of the better magazines of the day.
Yeah.
And this is what she's used to. She
Yeah.
has come to expect that regardless of what is happening, she will always be able to have male attention, you know. And there is even this artist, I think her name is Lizzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lizzo now is like almost a phenomenon where women are now, well, she in particular basically is saying that it is okay to be of a certain weight. It is okay to have a certain body type, and you must be accepted, and men must choose you.
Well,
You know,
she has to suffer the consequences of her decision, and I think she's already feeling that.
and that is exactly what I was getting to as well. She is feeling that. Because here's the thing: there are advantages for men on the dating scene as well
Yeah.
as disadvantages. And
Yeah.
there are advantages for females on the dating scene as well as disadvantages.
Yeah.
It is for each sex to
Yeah.
understand what your advantages are
Mm-hmm.
and make the best use of what you get.
Without a doubt.
Make the best use to get what you think is fair for you. I mean,
Yep.
that's basically the best way I can see it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because as I mentioned before, being a man gives you certain advantages, and
Yeah.
being a female gives you certain advantages.
Yeah.
Many women still have not accepted this.
Yeah.
Instead, some of them are blaming the patriarchy for their own shortcomings. You
True.
know, yeah, because and here's the thing: nature punishes women more harshly for their bad decisions.
Yeah.
nature punishes, and I was having a discussion on a panel last night as well, and it is one of the topics that came up when it comes to sex specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Women are the ones who decide when sex happens and who has sex,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it also, to the extent it goes on to also, they also dictate who gets
Repeat that.
born, and they
Repeat that.
also I'm saying women also dictate
No,
who.
repeat what you were saying before, because that's very important. I'm surprised that
No,
you're actually saying that same thing too.
yeah,
Re-
definitely.
Say it again.
Women,
Determine.
women
Mm-hmm.
determine who has sex
Yes.
and when sex happens.
All right.
Women control access to sex.
Yeah.
Women also controls access to whose DNA stays in the gene pool.
Yeah. So basically they determine who gets passed on the genes, right?
So they determine whose genes get passed on into the next generation.
All right. So I'm going to operate from the premise that I know nothing. Zine,
Okay.
explain that to me now. Like me, if I'm an ordinary, simple person, don't really know
Uh,
much.
all right, great.
Yeah.
What that means is,
Mm.
whereas men are
Mm.
geared to having sex,
Mm.
men always want to have sex.
Yeah.
Women decide which men get to have sex
Yeah.
and which men get to reproduce, who they reproduce with.
Yeah.
And if you were to take it into the natural world,
Mm-hmm.
the the ends that the males of the species go through
Yeah.
to pass on their genes. Let's speak about the praying mantis, for example.
Yep.
The male of the praying mantis basically dies just to have sex and pass on his genes.
Yeah.
In the wild, again, the deer, there are many species of deer. At certain time, they have what you call a rut,
Yeah.
where the males fight. The strongest males
Yeah.
get to have access to the greater number of females.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a trade-off. The
Yeah.
trade-off is, once the rut starts, they
Yeah.
have no time to eat. So by the end of the rut,
Yeah.
the male who gets access to the most females,
Mm-hmm.
by the end of the rut, he may die. He may be one of the weakest because they don't eat during the rut. The only thing they have on their mind is to have sex.
Yeah.
So women choose. And because of this, when it comes to sex, I believe the greater onus is on the woman when it comes to choosing a sex partner.
Mm-hmm.
A fair duty that choose a proper sex partner.
Yeah.
You understand? Find the things that the women look for. A man
Yeah.
who a man who can provide and protect,
Yeah.
to ensure that, number one, her
Mm-hmm.
offspring is protected, and number
Yeah.
two, he has the resources to ensure that his offspring, their offspring, has a step up, has a greater chance of surviving into the next generation.
Yeah.
The challenge is that many women don't see it like that, in the sense that sex is everywhere. Sex,
Say that again, man. Say that
I'm
again.
I'm saying sex is everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, sex is everywhere. With the men, yeah, I mean, it is that. I mean, that's the best term I can use. It is everywhere.
Yeah.
So women are not vetting. That's a term I want to use. Women are not vetting their partners properly.
Yeah.
And it's another thing that I always like to say. 90% of women are
Mm-hmm.
searching for that 1% of man.
Yeah. And here's the thing. One of the misconception is that they all say things like, "I've gone to university. I have these degrees, or I have my degree. I am successful. I am making all this money, but for
We
some
don't
reason, we can't find we can't find men that are on our level. You know?
because men don't care about your degrees and the university and the money.
Yeah.
The average upstanding man who has
Yeah.
his focus
Yeah.
and he is going towards his goal
Yeah.
couldn't care less about how many degrees you have, couldn't
Yeah.
care less about how much money you work. Because here's the thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I know you would have heard this over and over and over. The
Yeah.
reason why men don't care about a woman's money is this simple equation:
Yeah.
for her money and for her,
Yeah.
The man money of him and her.
Yeah. Always.
So
And
if she's making $1 million,
yeah.
very few women will spend back into the man, spend
Yeah.
money on the man because especially in our culture, now
Yeah.
my no man.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Back to what you were saying, right? You see, in America, African American women are one of, or probably the most educated group. See? However, they are the last to be married. Marriage rates are low for them, and they are usually the first to be divorced. See? No, juxtapose that with one country like over Iran, right? Where them kind of conservative and them have traditional values, right? Their university rate for women is very high, right? And at the same time, the marriage rates is very high, same way, right? So if I get, so it can be a case where it's not a thing where okay, uh it's just that when women get more educated, they intimidate men so they can't find partners. I've just mentioned a similar situation where in another country where the women there are able to find partners to actually marry to and start a family.
Okay, so
Yeah,
here I believe the thing about it is this:
yeah,
women, especially in the black community, are not raised to be wives. Women in the black community are raised to be strong, independent women. Strong and independent don't make a good wife. Strong and independent make a man.
it's like being a producer. It's a masculine trait.
That's what I'm saying. Strong,
Yeah,
independent is male, is a masculine trait. You know, I don't want a strong, independent woman. I want
I,
a
I,
woman who is feminine, has
yeah.
feminine qualities.
And when you say you don't want a strong independent woman, it's not like you're saying that I want a woman that's going to depend on you. That's not what you're saying because it can be misconstrued by someone else when they say that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm going to clarify.
Yeah.
The things that men find attractive in women is
Mm.
not the same thing that women find attractive in men. The traits that women look for are strength, bravery, integrity, the ability to provide and protect.
Yeah.
Whereas the traits that men, especially once you have gotten into that upper echelons, you have reached you have reached your peak as a man.
Yeah.
You can support yourself financially and just about any other way.
Yeah.
Number one, you don't need you may not need additional income first and foremost.
Yeah.
All right, because you have reached your self actualization. You
Hmm.
know your purpose, you know your goal, and you have worked your life to
Yeah.
get where you are. You're satisfied with where you are. You're not interested in going out there to break your back anymore. You're okay
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
All right. What you're looking for at this point is a woman who can be cooperative with you, woman
Yeah.
who can bring that validity to your life. You don't need the masculine energy around you anymore. You already have that. You
Yeah.
go out your work and you do all of that. What you need is a feminine energy. So when you come home, you feel that you feel that the strength of a. And here's the thing: people don't play the strength of the feminine energy.
Yeah, man, that happens.
That
Hmm.
that is a challenge.
Yeah.
Women have always don't play the strength of the feminine energy. Women see feminism as being feminine, sorry, as being weak
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
It does not mean weak. It means you play a support role to your to the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the support is like a business.
Hmm.
You have a
Exactly.
you have a CEO and you have a manager.
Yeah.
Anything the CEO do, he must come down to the manager because the manager is the one who's gonna put things in place. Whereas the CEO is the director or whatever.
Yeah.
He has to be having conversations with the manager at all times
True.
so that they know the path that they're taking and
Hmm.
they're dealing with what they're supposed to be dealing with.
Yeah.
So it's not about um, wanting anybody weak or to overpower or to do any of that. It's about sliding into the role that you fit in the relationship and making it work.
Yeah.
So that's basically where you're going at, right? And here's the thing I like to say:
Hmm.
the dating scene is very unfair. It is unfair for men
Yeah.
and it is unfair for women.
Yeah.
there are benefits to being a man in dating and there are benefits to being a woman in dating.
True.
Because as a male in the
Yeah.
dating world, if you do not have your courage, your confidence, your strength, and everything up, it
Yeah.
kind of rough for you. If
Yeah.
you're, let's put it this way, if you're girly,
Yeah.
as a man, it's all kind of rough on your side.
Yeah, man. And guess what?
You
No,
know,
let me show you. A woman now go. Let me show you. When it comes to the dating scene, if you don't have the courage like that, and you lack certain things, women are gonna sympathize with you and show you sympathy and say, all right, I'm going to date him because even though he might be shortcomings, women don't do that. Only in exceptional circumstances that would happen, and that's not even a norm.
it is not the norm because women basically, they are, for the most part, some of them, they have in their head what they want.
Yeah.
And they have, many women have a term and say they won't settle, meaning
Yeah.
that in some sense mean the compromise part is not there. I
Yeah.
want him 6'5". He
Yeah.
must have ripped abs.
Yeah.
He must look like the god Zeus.
Yeah.
You know, he must can take me out. He must can fly me out every weekend if I so desire.
Yeah.
You know, and all of these. And the thing about it is that that man that they're describing
Yeah.
is maybe less than 1% of the male population.
And here's what, Zane. I look at the dating scene like a market, right? Because on one hand, Zane, you might have a female out there that have a certain expectation. We're really high, brother, Zane. And the book up on another other females out there, many other females out there, where they are much better in terms of looks, personality, and quality, and their expectation is not as half as what the previous female is expecting. So it's always good for a man whenever he's in the date in the dating market looking for someone to actually have options and not really settle or just say, all right, this is the first person we see, so we go just settle and just call it a day or so.
All right, so here's the thing: the
Yeah,
dating market is like a capitalist economy. You know,
yeah, yeah, man.
the market set the price.
Yeah.
You may think that you set the price, but you don't.
Hmm.
Because, and I
Wait,
say this because many
who would you
times
refer to
women,
as who would you refer to as you?
okay, so all right, let's put it this way. I was gonna explain it just now.
Oh, yeah,
A
sorry,
lot
sorry,
of
go ahead.
time, many times you hear ladies say, "I know my value and I know my worth."
Yeah.
You don't get to decide your value nor your worth, because at the end of the day, check this:
Yeah.
you go downtown in the market and you buy melon,
Yeah.
right? The first vendor you come to say $100 a pound,
Yeah.
right? You circle about 5 to 6 vendors, then say $100 a pound.
Yeah.
When you listen run at the back, you hear $500 a pound for my melon.
Yeah.
No, that is the value that you have set for your melon.
Yeah.
However, can you justify me paying $500 for your melon as opposed to $100, and
Exactly.
the $100 melon was just as good?
Yeah.
What is the added value that I get from purchasing your melon as opposed to the one for $500?
True word.
So it comes down to the person who is seeking.
Yeah.
And we can break it down like this:
Yeah.
both men and women are in the dating market.
Mm.
Men want the best they can get, women want the best they can get.
Yeah.
However, some of us are realistic,
Yeah.
some of us are unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it is not impossible for me to date Rihanna. It is not impossible.
Yeah.
However,
Mm-hmm.
it is highly, highly, highly improbable.
Mm-hmm.
The
True.
chance of it happening is like it. It's better. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning.
I can understand.
You know. So
Yeah.
it's about, you cannot sit down with unrealistic and
Yeah.
say, okay, it happened for X person, so therefore it can happen to me.
Yeah, man.
It can happen to you, but the chances of it happening to you are extremely low.
Yeah.
You know. So uh, that's just the way it is.
And as
And
and back to what you were saying earlier, the more the more valuable and more resourceful, and also the man's finances, right? I see once the man has that, it's like him start to realize that he is becoming the type of man that we can do 1% with almost 99% of women want. Therefore, if he's in the 1%, that means that he have access to a pool of where a pool where it is basically 99% of the women so you can actually pick and choose from. Get me a try say versus a man down at the bottom now. You know say boy he might in the bottom saying
Exactly. His
yeah, I walk this man.
picking slim down there.
Yeah, and guess
Because
what? It goes the same way for women too.
exactly,
You get the type of man. Let me show you. You get the type of man that you qualify for. So even if you know your value and you know your worth, and you realize that the type of man that keeps coming after you, or the type of man that you keep getting, is limited to a specific type, then you go have to realize that that's the type that you qualify for.
exactly.
Yeah,
The bait where you put out there
yeah,
is a type of fish where you go catch. Put it away there.
exactly.
So, and this goes even back to when we speak about the way you see the ladies on the street sometimes.
Yeah,
If I see a police officer in police uniform, I am going to address the person wearing that uniform as a police officer.
yeah,
It is highly unlikely, it is highly improbable that that person is not a police officer,
yeah,
right? So, therefore, if I see someone just on the road, and remember this, the first perception you get of somebody is
yeah,
when you actually lay eyes on them,
yeah.
right? It can be when you hear the voice or whatever, but the
Yep.
first best perception you get is when you lay eyes on them. And
Yeah,
what they say is first impressions last.
yeah,
No. If you walk on the street and you see a lady in something with the whole of this outside and the whole of this outside,
yeah,
men have a way of categorizing women. And this is some of the things that women don't understand. And for the ladies who watch this,
yeah,
may I give you a leaf out of the playbook.
yeah,
Men categorize women the first instant we get to see them. And
yeah.
the categorization goes like this.
Hmm.
Is it somebody I want to smash? Is it somebody I would show my mother,
Yeah,
bring home to the family, be in a
yeah,
relationship with? And is it someone I would marry?
exactly. And let me give you an example, right? And it's so convenient that you actually bring that up, right? Because yesterday I was in Lloyd's, right? I was looking for an outfit, shirt, pants, and shoes to attend an assignment, an event today, right? And a woman that works there, a female that works there, she was assisting me with getting some stuff, right? I wanted her opinion, I wanted her perspective, right? I'm not saying that we can't dress enough, but sometimes we value other people's opinion, especially women, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was in the room. She take out her shirt and I said, all right, go with these pants, and she will go for the shoes. No, I'm in the changing room in Lloyd, that's downtown. And when we turn around, I look above the door, you know the light doors in Lloyd, right? People can see your head, right? I saw this lady saying that she wanted that shirt. No, my first impression was that okay, she a run joke and everything. Then ask her again if really you really want that shirt and say yeah. And I'm say all right, more on fair opinion on the outfit I have on, right? I'm open the door and show her I have on. And she say yeah and think. And I realize that she's there actually she looks well presentable, right? And I realize that she's there getting an outfit for what I perceive to be her partner, right? Or somebody she's probably dating or in a relationship with. And that kind of left one good impression for me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm actually like, all right, come here, come a little bit closer, right? And when she was close to the door, I'm actually show me your 10 things, show me your hands, show me your two hands, right? And she lift
Finger
up her hands.
check.
And I said, all right, she's not married. So I said, whoa, you're not married as yet. She said, no. And she said, hopefully. I said, all right, yeah, man. I said, you're on the right path. Keep on doing what you're doing, see? And it seems as if she's actually spending her own money, to find the outfit with somebody who she dating, then go out for one date. See?
Okay.
So it's that impression that left a really good impression for me. Not the fact that hey, cause some man might say, oh yeah, look for somebody will spend money for you. Well, not really wrong with that. Still as a man, and I like say that is a deal breaker for me, but a woman that would actually go out of her way to spend her money to to treat a man, and not because I'm birthday, Zine, and not because of Valentine's Day. You get me? I try say,
Yeah,
but
understood, understood.
but it's just an occasion. Yeah, that impression they really left for me.
That is a unicorn. We call those unicorns.
And I tell you, man,
That is a unicorn. She based on that, and is not that what you can know fully the extent of what is happening, but
yeah,
based on that alone,
yeah, the impression
that is step in the right direction
there. Yeah,
for saying she deserved the ring.
yeah,
Yeah, step in the right direction. And the thing about it is that the thing about it again is that here's a hard truth that
yeah,
many people fail to accept. A woman cannot do what a man does in a relationship and be perceived in the same way.
hmm,
A woman cannot do it.
yeah,
We are in an age of sexual liberation. Not only that women are empowered and women are in many areas put themselves in direct competition with men.
yeah,
You forget that there are things that women cannot do in a relationship and maintain their dignity. Just put it that way. So
yeah,
let's speak about body count. All right. The thing about it is this now. For body count,
yeah,
for men, a high body count is a plus.
yeah,
For women, a high body count, sorry, is a minus.
hmm,
Because women seem to be attracted to the man that has many women or is perceived to have access to many women. This is why you can have um this rap artist said, I think his name is the baby.
yeah,
He might have like 11 baby mothers and women still
yeah.
a line up to sleep with him.
You think that man is an ordinary type of man?
And that's the thing.
Yeah,
He is in the one percenter.
he's above average.
But that's what we've been saying.
Yeah,
This is the type of man that many women line up to be with, even
yeah,
though that they know that they are in competition. They still are willing to line up for him to be chosen.
yeah,
And this is what happened to males. The higher you go up on the totem pole, the
yeah.
more choices you have.
Mm-hmm.
And many times is the more women understand that to be with you, there are certain sacrifices they have to make.
Yeah, man. Bob
For
Marley, Elephant Man, are two example, man.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. The women know that okay, this man have access to a million women, but if I can get if I can get onto his program, there are benefits. Even though I am one of many, there are still benefits, and I am willing to work with that
yeah,
more than being with the poor guy who maybe love her to bits. You know, many
yeah,
women, many women choose to put themselves in that situation.
yeah,
You know, and so that is one of the things. You know, and the thing about it is this: I am prefacing all of this to get down to the content that I am here to kind of discuss.
yeah,
All right, and I can even go further and say, look, here's the thing about life. Okay, so once you're able to accept your flaws
yeah,
and take responsibility for your flaws, then you can move on. You can move on. Many people don't know what they want in a partner, first and foremost. And secondly, and even more
yeah,
importantly, many people don't know what the partner that they are looking for wants in a partner.
yeah,
Because here's the thing: men go mostly for beauty. Looks are like the first thing for weed. Jump out. Very few things we really can't go. It's like a natural thing for us. She look good, we're going to give her a second look. Uh, she look nice, so yeah, we're going to
yeah,
go for that. And then now, the other qualities we start filter through,
yeah.
right? But the looks is like the paramount thing for us. Young and fit, look feminine, looks. The
Mm-hmm.
eyes, pleasing to the
Yeah,
eyes. That is like
mm-hmm.
the first step for we,
Yeah,
you know. So For women, it is a bit different.
Yeah.
The things that they look for. I made a podcast the other day where I said all of the things that a woman says she wants in a man, all of the good qualities. If the man has enough resources, she
Yeah.
will for she many women, some women will forego all of them the qualities that they say they
Yep.
want
Yep.
and go stick with him simply because of the fact that the resources.
Yeah, man.
Because resources resources do count highly on the things of on the totem pole of things necessary
Yep.
for a relationship.
Yeah,
And
man.
on the flip side, looks count highly for men.
Yeah, man. And here's why. I think someone had. I think somewhere I saw where someone was making like a meme, right? And they were saying women's makeup, right? Which is the usual stuff, the nail polish, the mascara, all of them stuff there, right?
Yeah,
And it says men's makeup over here, so you just say a pile of money. See? And that's true. Because generally, Zane, women look differently and will overlook a lot of things about men who have money. So them see them, let me show you, they look up on an average poor man, we have the same shortcomings as a rich man, but because the man have money, they're willing to overlook that. See?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, it works both ways as well. It
Yeah,
works both ways
yeah,
because
mhm,
a woman who looks really good,
yeah,
a man will forego just about all our shortcomings just to see him
yep,
and say, brother, from me have this, yo, you understand?
yeah,
I'm man I'm like, yo, dog, trust me, me know such a miserable she can't wash, cook, nor clean, or do nothing at all, her fingernail them long,
yeah,
or come like sharp peas or awning.
mm-hmm.
Everything. She can't do nothing for me more than sit down and go up on Facebook.
And
But
spend the
watch it,
money.
but she look damn good, brother. You know?
Yeah, man, this
And
guy man, they can't talk about that no.
exactly. It don't matter nothing, but yeah, you know?
Yeah,
So, I mean, we just, I mean, all right, it works both ways. As I mentioned before, it works both ways.
yeah,
There are pros to being male in the dating pool, and there are pros to being female. In the
yeah,
same way, there are pros and cons in both situations.
yeah,
You know, and one of the things that I believe we have to always look into as well. I mentioned it earlier. Take responsibility for your action.
oh god, accountability, man. Oh
Take
man.
responsibility for your action. Here's my thing.
Yeah,
I would never say I regret any of my past relationships.
yeah,
And I tell you why. I
mm,
believe that once I got a chance to learn something,
yep,
I don't label it as a regret. I more label it as a learning opportunity.
exactly.
What did you take away?
All right, I'm gonna give you an example of something I did in the past, see? And to this day, I don't regret it, right? So about years ago, right? I was at the barber shop, and you know, me never really me growth in terms of understanding and looking women never did the party they like right now, see? So this one nice young lady come at the barber shop on the outside, and get her number, see? Just skip over the part there, and when they try see how the relationship could have worked, so what could have gone for me, but it never did work out, Zane, but we did still keep the link there when they talk, Zane. But she kinda may have a certain position, compromise pan, Zane. And she believes say, yo, because she is the prize, we're supposed to compromise pan them there and certain things we want me do. Zane. And she used to always run certain type of joke with me. That Roma is the type of joke there.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Roma is the type of joke there. She's running that joke with me hard and they try mock me and the type of something there.
yeah,
Zane. And sometimes I laugh along and sometimes I just ignore it and think. But remember, say, yo, boom, remember one summer she was working because she said she had to go back to school. She want to go teacher's college, Zane, Sam Sharp. And she made me know that she had work and think that she had saved her money to pay for her school fee. And she did end up probably leave the work maybe a month before school reopened. And then that's me message her like the first week of September. I said, well, go on a good day, all right. She said, no. The stars police said no because she have her uniform at the tailor or wherever and she don't pay for it yet. See? So I said, alright. She said, when I go pay for it, she said, probably about this week. So I said, alright, cool. And then we say, no, I'm going to go check back on her 1 week after. I'm check back on her now. I see a thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, remember, I don't remember for what reason. I think he either send me one text message on WhatsApp or she did call me and say, yo, she borrowed $10,000 from me, see? I don't remember she's borrowing it or she asked for it, see? I was considering giving it to her, but brother, at that time, something popping in my mind I never did before. See, at that time, I never asked for one if they would ever sleep with me for money. See,
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
see? And I said, there is no way I'm going to get the opportunity to pass. I'm going to ask her. I'm not really care what that is, what the result is. I've never asked a woman that before. And it's like I'm in the real situation. It's not like me have a discussion with a female, see?
yeah.
I'm gonna say, would you sleep with me for money? I'm actually in a situation where she 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 needs it and she's somewhat vulnerable. Zane, I may ask her.
I gotta take advantage of that.
I may ask her just for the record because me want to explain what it feels like to ask a woman something like that in a situation. Well, yeah, she cussed me and everything, but me didn't feel no way about this like that. But me at least learn from the situation. Then, you get me? I try to say,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah, the, mon-
Me not regret it. Me not regret it, even though she cussed me and go on the most way. And she still talk to me after.
the money plays a very important role.
Yeah, because
The
Mingo
money.
actually give it to her, but because our pride, they say, you know what, she thinks I'm a disrespect her,
Oh,
so she not bother
oh,
want and whatsoever. But me ain't go, me tell her say it was explain it to her now, but it is what it is, you know.
yeah, yeah. You know, and I was speaking about taking responsibility.
Yeah,
Because here's what
mm-hmm.
I believe:
Yeah,
if you had a failed relationship,
yeah,
whether you want to accept it or not,
yeah,
you played a role in the failure of the relationship.
yeah,
That is one of the things I, as a person, have learned to accept.
yeah, man.
There are things you could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
There are things you could have, you know, there are more. You could have taken more chances. You
Yeah,
could have, because this is why they say communication is so important in a relationship.
Man,
You know,
me tell her this thing.
Com-
We have a relationship, right? You, let's see, I don't know if it's a Jamaican thing or what, but people start to set them expectations when they're actually in a full blown relationship. So it's like a
keep
wink thing in terms of what they expect or what they want. So it's like you're getting a this serious relationship, when you start to have sex, when you live together, and then all of a sudden you start to make demands about what you want and it's up there.
and that's the thing. This is a conversation I had on another platform,
Yeah,
and I am supposed to be on that platform in about 15 minutes as well.
yeah,
The importance of vetting stage. We shot past all that. All right, here's how
yeah,
a quick breakdown of our relationship going to Jamaica.
yeah,
Guy see girl,
yeah,
right? Guy asks girl for phone number,
yeah,
phone number get exchanged. Couple of WhatsApp, back and forth, back and forth. So where I say, can I call link me Saturday? Yeah, man,
yeah,
come.
yeah,
Girl, girl got guy here, then have sex.
yeah,
You see, once that
yeah,
happen, it's
yeah.
a case where now me and her there.
Well, she assumes on it
She,
because they give
she
her front.
has, all right, cool.
Man, they
And
must say, yo, with there.
yes, the discussion was not had. The
Yeah,
important things that are going to keep the relationship together were not discussed. The
yeah,
finances, living arrangements.
yeah,
What are your trigger warnings?
yeah,
What are the things that are definite no for you?
yeah.
What are the make or break things for you? For example, some people may say, "Boy, once cheating, go on, it done out of it, no discussion."
I'm gonna say
Whereas
a
some
question.
people,
Sorry, go
yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
When I finish. All right. You how is your saying say yo? Woman say yo, I'm a drunk or I'm a dirty dog, I'm a hopeless man. Zin? Um, is it that these dirty man, my dog, drunk or hopeless man, is it that they're so conniving, Zin, and they're so good at generating women that they are able to hide those character, hide those flaws, Zin, inadequacies, and then things with them short pan, that's they can trick the woman and get further in a relationship and even get her pregnant before she even find out say you know good I'm my work with man and she can't depend on him. Is it
All right.
so
So all right. So here's my answer. There are two possible scenarios.
yeah,
One,
yeah,
the guy is that good,
yeah.
right? That does happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
these are the type of guys that basically either I'm a what you call a hot boy,
Mm.
So she see him, she fall head over heels, buck her toe, roll along the hill, drop her foot a long time.
Get all irrational.
She all in love from the first she see him.
Yeah.
Right? So it is easy for her to overlook all of the red flags and what the guy put up.
Yeah.
All right. The guy never said to her, say, let's go and hang out at X place. Tell me the things that you like. You know, there is no relationship discussion. There is no commitment. There is no discussion about commitment. She is
Yeah.
just so head over heels in love with him that
Yeah.
just the mere fact that she's in his company, she feel like the best thing in her life. So
Yeah,
there
man.
is there is that aspect.
Yeah.
There is also the aspect, the other side of it. You understand?
Yeah.
That I mentioned, so the guy is that good. It also the other aspect where the girl sees something what she want and she a hold out,
Mm-hmm.
right? She now see the red flag them did a long time.
Mm-hmm.
She a overlook all of them,
Yep.
right? The guy can be that good or she just can be too in love.
Yeah. Cause you have
Basically,
some,
that's how I see it.
yeah, man. Cause sometimes you hear some story, where you hear someone talk about them baby father and they ask like, so how comes that him live there? How comes they get pregnant? And she say, oh, because he could have been dressing, because he could have put himself together, or he could have been dance,
Yeah,
in type of trivial
trivial things. What that's what that
child.
says is
Yeah,
what that says is no serious conversation was had
yeah,
about two people being in a relationship because, as I mentioned before, many times in a Jamaican scenario, people get stuck in our relationship when pregnancy happen.
yeah,
There was no genuine love. There was no genuine how
uh,
are we going to work together as a team to achieve
mm,
the goals? There were no goals, there were no relationship goals to say, okay, fine, within 6 months, we want to be here, and this is how we're going to get there. Within 5 years, we are going to be married or anything of that nature. It is just, she can link you up on weekends, you go to a place, ta, something go down, bam, pregnant. You know what's about, yeah, on a stock. So that is what happened in many cases in Jamaica
yeah,
you know and and this is why I even go back to taking responsibility for your choices.
yeah,
When it break up now, a lot of women, you will never, and if you have heard it before, but I love for bring that person on the podcast and talk to that person. If you can direct me to a woman who will willingly say, I had a bad relationship, it was my fault why the relationship never worked. The man did a try XYZ boom boom, but it
mm,
never worked. And I was the witch.
yeah,
And now that I'm out of the relationship, me see what the man did a try do for real.
yeah,
And me wish me never make certain decisions. It is always the man, the man, the man. And this
yeah,
is not to say that men are not horrible. Men
yeah,
can be extremely horrible. Men can be very horrible. Men are very horrible.
yeah,
But not start overnight. For example, a man abusing
yeah,
his wife. He never go to sleep today on the 6th and wake up tomorrow morning as a stark raving madman and start beat her.
yeah,
No, there were signs. First he started raising voice and say, hey, he that yeah. The next thing he say, if I never want thing up, you understand? The next
yeah,
thing he will do something, he raise his hand. Every time is a step further, 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 further.
yeah,
And she know when she get the first one, when she get the first black eye, guess what she does? She blame herself. And because I'm a bun up the food and he do that thing there. And that's why I do it. And put on 2 inches of makeup and go to work
yeah,
and pretend that everything is okay.
yeah,
Many people, many women are going through that right now. And the thing about us men, whenever I
Yeah,
hear women talk like this and
yeah,
describe a situation, I say, so why don't you leave?
yeah,
As easy as that. And I'm like, I am dumbfounded whenever I hear that if you're something go wrong in the relationship to that extent
yeah.
and you're saying you can't leave,
I wonder why. What's
I think
keeping her? Is it the
it,
money?
there must be something holding her back. You
Yeah.
understand? Many a time the default answer would be him say if me leave him I go this and him I go do that.
Kids are
99% of the time the man not do nothing. Him just because here's the thing, them talk there are the talk when man use and grab them meaning at the first place.
yeah.
Many women who come and brag boastfully say that them man say if them and them left, what go happen, and they feel good about the thing to say that the man is therefore saying that he loves her so much.
Well, a good
When in
man. This
real,
is a good man. I know this she talk to you know. So when time that talk being, you have to pay consequences.
well, you see, here's the thing about choice. You are free to make your choice, but you are not free from the consequences of your choice.
Yeah,
Whichever choice you make, there will be consequences.
yeah,
And once you have decided to make a choice, you have decided to face the consequences.
yeah,
Here what me now. We're rolling at the wrap up segment you know. So I'll go
yeah,
over a few things.
yeah,
Give me one. I'll give you one first.
yeah,
One red flag
yeah,
when getting in a relationship. This is for
yeah,
men. And it's about run or walk. And more you tell me what you think about it. Is it a run or a walk?
yeah.
If she believes all men are dogs, what do you do? Run or walk?
Man, I heard me already. Though.
Run.
Yeah.
Why would you run and not walk?
All right. I guess it is my opinion. Then
Yeah, man.
usually when a woman has that type of opinion or perception, it, I believe that it comes from experience, and it then creates a situation where the man must either try to impress upon her, right, or try to prove to her, which which gives her power give her power, prove to her that he's worthy or he's not a dog or whatsoever. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
I have it as a walk, so take them and screech away
yeah,
because I believe that needs to she needs some self-development
yeah,
for attract a better quality of man.
yeah,
Because obviously she can only speak from her personal experiences or maybe the experiences of her friends or people she knows.
yeah,
And with the fact that women are social, you have to understand
yeah,
that they share their stories to each other much more
yeah.
freely than men will share stories to each other.
No man.
So for
Uh,
me, once we're
yeah.
having a discussion and she's saying that all man a dog and
Mm.
not that not gonna work for me.
I have what I want to add to
Yeah, man, go ahead.
you tell me run or walk, she's uncoachable or too stubborn. I know that stubbornness is a personality trait in which a person refuses to change their opinion or position
You're
on certain
seeing
things.
you're
I,
seeing
I,
Bolt. You're seeing Bolt.
yeah, man.
The reason why I say you're seeing Bolt for that one is
Mm,
because that means to me that one of her major one of the major things about being feminine is missing.
mm,
If you can't talk to your woman, you got a problem.
yeah,
It's a recipe for disaster. And this is not to say that once again, and it is a shame that we have to keep repeating this.
yeah.
However, no, we are not saying that a man should have his foot on his woman's neck.
Nope.
Men are supposed to be the leaders in the relationship. Men should be the leaders. Now,
Mm,
as a leader, you should be able to talk to your second in command and say, look,
yeah,
I believe I'm considering for us to go this way. What do you think about it? You know, or she comes with a challenge and you can step up, you can rise to the occasion and say, here's a fix for the challenge that you're having,
yeah.
and we move on.
Yeah, and here's a misconception, Zane. There's a misconception when I use the word leader in a relationship because a lot of women believe that it's a trigger word for a lot of women, because they believe that it should be 50-50. But here's the thing, when they say it should be 50-50, Zane, if we're going to be in a 50-50 relationship, if Me, if me you don't have a bed and it sound like somebody try broke in their house, and more than one
She
time it happen, I expect if you always get up and I send me go there all the time. It's a 50-50, you must can get up and go out to go look to.
yep yep
I get
yep
what I
yep
try to say?
yep. But the challenge, the challenge is this.
Yeah, 'cause you don't
With
want me lead. You don't want me lead.
exactly
It's, yeah,
exactly. Okay, so here's the thing. There are aspects. All right, go back to this. You're running a company. Or let's even take dancing for example. For people who dance, who do like salsa or those kind of dancing that needs two people to dance, there's always somebody who's going to be the leader. If you have the two people trying to lead the dance, basically what you're going to have is two people stepping up on each other's foot, and they're not going to reach
good.
nowhere. Because and let's even bring it into the work environment. Every company has one person who has the ultimate lead of the company. Even if it has a board of directors, there is
Yeah,
one person on that board of directors who has a certain amount of veto power.
yeah,
That even if all I want to say X or him say Y, for him, um, his decision basically overrides everybody. There's nothing that can
yeah,
work. It will come down to someone who has more power than the other person. Now, if you are going to go a 50-50 situation, what you're looking is for is chaos. That is going to be chaotic.
yeah,
There's no two ways about it. Right? And for that reason, the man should have the veto power simply
yeah,
because of the fact that we are the persons who are many when it comes to leadership. Feelings and emotions can only take you so far.
yeah,
Sometimes you're gonna have to make some hard choices.
yeah,
You have to put your feelings to the side and say, "You may know so this is gonna hurt."
yeah,
You understand? But me have to do this for the benefit of the team where I try to build because
yeah,
you and your partner is a team.
yeah,
And once you're in another team there,
mm-hmm,
it is not for you no more. It
yeah,
is for what are the it is about are the choice, are the decisions I'm making, how do they benefit the team?
yeah,
So sometimes you have to take your personal feelings out of it. You understand? You would have want to can go a hotel every 2 weeks, go chill.
yeah,
However, if you do that, you are going to put yourself into a financial situation which are going to take you months or years to get out of. Yes, it
yeah,
will be nice and it feels good for the weekend.
yeah,
However, you're going to have some long lasting effects where are going to cause more challenges.
mm-hmm,
So for that reason, somebody have to step up and take the lead. And this is a discussion I had on I think it was a Richie's program last night as well,
yeah,
and it was amazing that all the ladies on the panel said straight up, "Mm, me no want to lead in a relationship,
why
man a
not?
lead." What
Ah,
it is amazing that they say, all right, okay, so let me in verbatim say what they said.
mhm,
There are times when they would lead,
yeah.
but if given the opportunity, they would prefer not to.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
Um, so here's the challenge. Here's where you have a something it is weird, Zine. That's the best way we can describe it. Right now at the present time, right? They want the men to lead, right? But they wouldn't want to submit to his leadership
Okay.
in the
So
relationship, you know?
all right. So here's the thing when I hear the word submit. Submit is a major trigger word.
Yeah, yeah,
Majorly trigger word.
yeah,
However, without even understanding it, one of the qualities that women look for in men
yeah,
is his ability to lead.
yeah,
This is why women practice the thing called hypergamy.
yeah,
Women want men strong, confident, you know, um, strong in a them will, strong-willed, know what he want, have a purpose. The thing about it is this: once you as a this is why politician or anybody in a leadership role, you can't have more woman than them,
you understand?
because this is one of the qualities that women look for in a man.
Yeah,
His ability to lead, to be firm and say something and know, say, okay, this is how it's going to be done, and start put things in place to actually make it happen.
Yeah, man. Women like stability now, and women
There,
are provide and can lead can provide those things.
there you go. That is why married men as well
Yeah,
get a lot of options when it comes to dating.
yeah,
Women, married men that ring on your finger, man, is like kryptonite.
yeah,
Yeah, man, they're defeated. So women, for the most part, want to play the support role in a relationship.
yeah.
However, us as men have to understand that we have a part to play too,
Hmm.
because you can't want a woman to submit or allow you to lead if
Yeah,
you not lead.
exactly.
If you sit on a roadside every day and dig out hand niggle,
Yup.
you wear some pants down on your knee.
Hmm.
You understand? The
Yeah,
woman who you are going to have, you understand, for the most part, is going to be women who are on your level,
yeah.
possibly the ghetto bicycle.
Hmm. And
You
and and
understand?
when,
And them type of woman that you go have. A
yep.
woman who have purpose in her life,
Yeah.
now go look for you for the most part.
And here's the thing too, Zane. What me find out sometimes is that no men who don't want to lead or don't like to lead or get intimidated by women who are successful or more successful than them, then go into the relationship from a position of weakness. It's like them basically a simp. You know what I try to say?
Recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's,
Recipe for disaster.
yeah, man.
Because you say nature,
Hmm.
nature is gonna always play its course.
Yeah, man. A
Nature is
natural,
gonna
yeah, man. A
nature is
natural
gonna
man not
always
going to a natural man.
exactly,
No,
exactly.
going to a relationship. A natural man is a born leader not going to a relationship, and because man have more money than him and more successful in God to submit to her, so make sure him then pull him like a fool, have him up on his finger and take him to clown like that.
And what will happen
Yeah,
when women, because if you do a poll, you will realize that no woman, maybe 10% or less of women
yeah.
want a man where they can rule. You
You're
understand?
right, you're right.
They don't
You're
want
right.
a man. They don't want a man who then can rule. They want a man who can stand up to them and say, "Look, sister, we're
Mm,
going west,
yeah,
right? Are you coming? Or are
yeah.
you not coming?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? The man. What that means is the man sure in him. In the man sure in him. In him. He's sure he is sure in his direction.
Yeah.
He is firm in what he says. Right?
And here's the thing.
He did not come to her and say, "Yo, yeah, me I consider figure west, but me not so sure.
Yeah,
What you think?"
yeah,
The man said in a man's voice,
yeah,
"I am going west. Are you coming or not?" What that means is whether you want to come west with me or not,
yeah,
I west me I go.
yeah. And here's the thing what I want to add to Zane. You see the women them out there that would want to lead or would want to be the man in the relationship, prepared to be treated like a man and accept the consequences of your actions because you go out there and you go book up on some other man and not because let me show you the streets come like a jungle. Some not because I go out there, you can see it nowadays, not because I go out there no and you're a woman. That does not necessarily mean say you go get all the benefits and the treatment like a woman if you're going like you're a man.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody, all right, here, all right.
The dog eat dog thing.
I'll break it down like this.
Yeah.
All right. For a man,
Mm-hmm.
working is not optional.
Mm-hmm.
Me not talk about for the sub man, for the boys. I'm
Generally,
talking
I
about
mean, generally, yeah.
I'm talking about men.
Yes.
Working is not an option.
Yep.
You understand? You are required to work.
Yeah.
For women, working is what's the term? It is like you don't have to do it, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Because most women would rather, if given the chance, would rather have a man who love them to the bone and knows about the man now left them none at all, the man will give them our fair share.
Yeah.
You understand? But for men, it is not an option. You have to do it.
Yeah.
Women can, for the most part, decide whether they want to work or not. And
Yeah.
maybe them in some situation where they end up have to work, they make a mistake. For example, they have a few kids, so them and the daddy them gone, so them
Yeah.
have to go out there go work,
Yeah.
right? But given the option of working or staying at home, I believe most women would rather stay at home and have a man who love her and support her to the max.
Yeah.
All right. One more red flag again. All her 2+ kids' fathers are deadbeat.
You have to explain on that one there though. But yeah,
Meaning,
well, yeah. We know that.
meaning she have 3 to 4 kids,
Yeah.
right? And all of the fathers are deadbeat.
Wow.
Meaning, no, worthless man them. Walk or run.
Man, I run, you know.
I say I do road.
I'm not. Listen, that's a lot of responsibility to take up, you know. That's a responsibility to take up, especially if you're a man that don't even have no kids yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That once again do road because here why
Yeah.
she chose these men, and at one point
Mm.
all of these men were A+ in a
Yeah.
fair eyes.
Yeah.
What she need is not what she need is not a partner. What she need is a
Yeah.
stepfather.
Yeah.
You know, what she need is a stepfather. And we can try to be chivalrous and all of them things that we talk about. But
Yeah.
very few men, if given the opportunity, would choose to be a stepfather.
Mm.
If given the option,
Yeah.
because here's the thing. If
Yeah.
given the option, you
Yeah.
have two identical twins,
Yeah.
right? They both love you to the bone.
Yeah.
But the only challenge is one have kids and one don't have none. If you line up 100 men and give them the option, which one would you choose? Most men are going to say, "Give me the one when I have no kids, less baggage, less problem, you know,
Yeah.
less problem."
Yep. And let me ask you this question, Zane. She doesn't know, right, that you the man are. She doesn't know that you are the winning lottery ticket, right? You're the best she can get, but she just treat you like you're some average man that she's been in the past. Meaning that you're successful, you're resourceful, you have accomplished a lot, right? And you can get things done.
Yeah,
She can have a problem and she can call her, you can fix it just like that. Zane,
yeah, yeah.
but for some reason, she doesn't appreciate your value. She think you're just like any of the ordinary or average man she has dated in the past. Runner, if you're that type of man, whether the runner or
Do road, but the challenge with that part is
yeah,
the challenge with that specific scenario is
yeah,
you may not know the
yeah,
position that you're in.
yeah,
Because here's the thing, women will use you
yeah,
to fill a role in their life.
mm-hmm.
If you are the one who can carry her go work and pay her bills when she drop short, she will use you for that.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, you need to understand so you get friend zone
yep,
at this or there. There are certain things that's out of bounds to you. You're not gonna get them things. Right? You're dropping at the friend zone. You can do all of what you need for the fear.
yeah,
It may be that you made your case in the wrong way.
yeah,
Or you never make a case in the first place. This is
yeah,
why I believe say even at my stage right now, if I see a lady and I like her and I start talk to her,
yeah,
honestly, me not go trick her and say, babes, me want a long term. If me know say just some front me want.
yeah,
Less challenge, less problem if you just say, yo, babes, you know, say just some front. Me like it and I live, but I just some front me want.
yeah,
You understand? Because that happened to me already, you know. That happened to me already, where woman in my house ready for go start work, right? And she pose a question, and me say, me think we dey discuss this already. I said that it is just this. There's when I pre not more. Just this pre.
yeah,
And I said to her, if you wanted more, or you're not, you don't on my, you're not upon my schedule when I try, you can leave.
mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah,
And me gladly help her get herself dressed and leave.
mm-hmm.
Because as a big man, brother, it's not worth it.
Yep,
You may think your girl is you string her along for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. It's not worth it.
yeah,
Better you come straightforward and say,
yeah,
sis,
yeah,
you know say are your body me like and some of your body me want.
Yeah, and to be honest, sometimes it even work out better, because you might be surprised that some women there are women out there would actually they're okay with that.
There are a surprising number of women who are
Yeah,
okay with it
yeah,
because women know many women are okay with the hookup culture because that is what they call a hookup culture.
yeah,
That is why you have Tinder and all of these dating apps. It's for hookups. So many women are okay with the hookup culture. So therefore, it frees men to come forward and say, look, I like you, but I just some of that I want. What you say? Is it a yes or no?
yeah,
You understand? Work out better for everybody. You know, so she knows that there's no expectations, and you know, say, yeah, me I get what I want, and I will just work with it that way. Then. So
yeah,
I just about, all right, red flag number, stress for me.
yeah,
She keep comparing you to her exes. This is the point where you start getting in the relationship, you start having regular conversations, and just about everything she start compare you with her exes. Walk or run, or stay.
no, well, that's a very all right. I'm gonna need a little bit more information
All right, fine.
on that one.
All right, so let's say, for example, you take her out and she says, boy, one of our ex-boyfriend used to carry her go to that upscale restaurant, for example.
Yeah,
Or what was it? What was the other something? Or it can be a case where she uh, she call you a couple times, you're there at work, for example, and you don't get to answer the phone. She call you a couple times and she say, I see when some this the brother when we used to deal with used to treat man they know way.
yeah,
How would you deal with that one?
boy. Wow. Well, here's the thing, man. Actually, does but actually probably walk away, because I don't like the road that seems to be leading down to, to be honest, because seem as if should they use the good fat to fry me, should they use the bad fat, use the bad fat to fry me, still,
Yep.
yeah,
That's exactly what I said too.
yeah,
Take time and walk away. Because the
yeah,
way I see it,
yeah,
she just have some unresolved issues
yeah,
what she need for work out.
yeah.
You know, work out on her own before she start put herself out there again.
And here's the thing,
Because
I know value, right? And if it is that I know value, I'm not the type of man to go do something consistent across the board for every woman, because you have to have context to it, right? It's not every woman I go date go be 110, right? Some of them might be
exactly.
just average or a little bit above average, and some of them go like way up the zine. So
Hmm.
if it is that me go out there and me see a young lady or a woman that me thinks that she's exceptional and she has a lot of value, me thinks that me this is supposed to go all out for her, fine. But if an average ordinary female out there believes that me supposed to go all out for her because our ex did go all out for her, I'm gonna see the value what she bring her, I'm gonna see no value did it, then boy, me, actually keep on complaining about it, then I go just get up and walk away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it comes down to I believe
yeah,
what the both people are showing of each other,
yeah,
right? Because remember, just the way that you are in for want of a better word, you are judging her
yeah,
and responding based on her how she and what you see from her. She's doing the same thing for you.
yeah,
All right. She's also judging you and basing her actions around what the things that you do. So for
yeah,
that reason, if I can only take you to my date can only consist of taking her to the lovers park or whatever call it, that place on there, so
yeah,
all right, and me can do that are the extent of what me can do. However, she is used to going to Pelican or boat house or those expensive places. There is short of putting myself in debt and doing things that are unrealistic or don't make no sense to please her. It just not gonna work out.
yeah,
You know, I think it's as I mentioned just now. Base your as I say, the market set the price.
yeah,
Do you believe that she is worth? all of this.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is this: every time I believe you go into a new relationship,
Yeah.
just go in with an open mind. Imagine that everybody is has your best interest. Just all right, give the person the benefit of the doubt because you decided to give the person a chance. So give the person the benefit of the doubt. You know, give them a clean slate. Don't bring the aisle from over in the other kitchen. Come put in the
Yeah.
sapatya. You know,
Yeah.
start with a clean slate and then do nothing and work out when I can work out. You know. All right, here is a now. If if her past is littered with failed relationship,
Yeah.
high body count, and a book of exes, walk or run,
Yeah.
walk or run.
Wait, no, sorry,
Wait,
I distracted a while ago. I run. Me
okay.
already do. I run. Yeah, run because guess what? Though I do. Listen, it is not an ideal for me to actually be going into a relationship with a woman that has a lot of mileage on her body like that. You know,
Yeah,
where say maybe about 6, 7, 8, 9 man probably sleep with that before. But
community property.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I know you hear whispers and I say, youth, all of my friend them been there, done that.
yeah,
And it can also point a problem with fidelity and
yeah,
her ability to maintain a relationship as well.
yeah,
Because she have 15 ex boy. That means that she can there's something maybe she's
yeah,
trauma even from her childhood.
yeah,
She's unable to identify or maintain a proper relationship.
yeah.
So therefore, those are challenges. Me I got do them two ya quick. I mean, no say them two ya easy question. Unless you have one, you can pitch. We can pitch in.
Let me see if we can find one more. I actually want to. I think maybe. I think we actually cover some of the ones that we actually have on my list.
Okay, all right. All right. So with that being said, here the one I know.
Yeah.
If she think that women are oppressed by the patriarchy, walk or run.
Man, oh God, boy, why? Listen, I'm on Twitter a lot, right? And I remember, there was a phase where it's like with the glass of COVID coming up because all me see on Twitter is men are trash, men are
Ja.
oppressed women, and all them good stuff there. And here's the thing about it.
Brother, when
See, in
there
a
was a
Western,
point when I felt it to some extent ashamed for being a man, yo.
listen,
I'm like, what we do them?
listen, let me tell you. But when COVID come, it's like everybody talk about COVID and they have to come up with a topic. There's in. And here's the thing. Yes, in a Western society, women are pampered, brother. You ever hear about Sharia law in
Yep.
Islam?
Yeah.
In Afghanistan, women don't go to school because of Sharia law.
Yeah.
Then women are property. A man is
Yep.
allowed to beat his wife.
Yep.
Then and this is the law, and the woman over there respect that and submit to it, and they have to dress a certain way. Then
Yep.
and women we sleep around too much man is considered infidel.
Yeah.
You get me? I try say. So
Yeah.
them a woman here can grow on a hand and there with two man, and it is they're not looked down upon generally by society, and they can be in positions of leadership and positions of power, right? Then basically they can do anything, almost anything with them want.
So the thing about it is that
Mm.
if you can get this, you will understand a lot of what is going on.
Let me show you another problem to Zine.
Yeah.
As a group, let me show you what the misconception comes from that when they say them oppressed. Zine, it's like they look out there and they are seeing where positions of power is predominantly men, right? And what they get wrong is that for those men to reach that particular position, they it
Sacrifices
requires
had
a
to
lot
be
of
made.
sacrifice. It requires, yes, they have to work out, they have to have a certain amount type of personality trait. The man they work long hours and they will need to give up a lot of things,
Yeah.
right? And not only that, men are builders, right? And men we willing to give up a lot of things in order to build something and put themselves at the top. And
Yeah.
if it is that they see where in order to get to which part them there, then go happy them virgin alone can bring them to this so or people they know and them are not female, then so be it. I think they go look
Yeah.
and they say, oh Jano Star, I I I think my company will benefit from having these two or three gentlemen on the board because of their experience in this particular industry. But I'm not going to do that because I want to ensure that my board has 50% male and 50% female. Rubbish.
Cannot work.
Exactly.
Cannot work. The thing about it
Exactly.
is the thing about it is this.
Hmm.
Initially, when
Yeah.
feminism was being thought, when feminism came in initially,
Yeah.
it was about the it was about equality of
Yeah.
choice,
Yeah.
where the women wanted to have the choice. Now, what we have with the new age feminism is that it's not about choice anymore.
Yeah.
They want equality of outcome, meaning they are expecting that if you're if you're having a comp if you're building a company, you're supposed to have 50% male and 50% female. You're not supposed
Yeah.
to look out for who is better equipped for the job anymore. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be looking out for who fits the job better,
Yeah.
who can give you more time, who willing
Yeah.
to do more overtime
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You're not
Let me ask
supposed
you,
to bring that into consideration.
let me ask you a question, right? Here is how we can actually hurt them, see me, right? What if it's a case where I need 10 persons to fill these positions, right? And it so happens that they want me to have a gender quota. There's a 50% male, 50% female, but the most productive and most qualified persons are all females. You see how it work against them though?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
All right. So the thing about it is this now, what you would do if
Yeah.
you fit the quota
Yeah.
is to give those you would have to know
Yeah.
um leave those 5 females
Yeah.
who are better equipped than the 10 males in where you have to come and do the job.
Yeah.
So what you have now is lower output,
Yeah.
less profitability
Yeah.
because 5 of the people are just basically hanging on onto the 5 who can do the job properly.
My
Right?
place will our token man. Just get it.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like it's like the military. I don't know if you saw the military training ads that were
Yeah.
out maybe a couple months ago where they showed the Russian military training
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
recruitment video, and the
Yeah.
Chinese recruitment video, and they show the American recruitment video.
Yeah.
Now, which one of the military you would want to join? Definitely not America,
No, sir.
because their thing is that they want to ensure equality of this, equality of that. They had to lower the standards for women so that more women can join the military. So
But
in the
why?
military, in the military right now, you have a standard for men and a
Yeah.
standard for women.
Yeah.
So what you have is people who are less trained,
Hmm.
less durable,
Yeah.
less combat effective, and you
Yeah.
go send it, and then you go find it, you go send them go fight one all male army. How you think that I
Trust
go
me.
work out for you?
Trust me.
How that I go work out for you?
Tell me, man. And remember, you are strong as your weakest link. And make sure your war is also physical,
Exactly, very
Yeah.
physical. Because
Yeah.
if you can't carry the amount of equipment that you're supposed to carry,
Yeah.
you're going to reach on the battlefield, and the amount of equipment you're going to need that should allow you to fight for a whole day.
Yeah.
By 9 o'clock the day, all your equipment finish.
And
With
let me give you an example, right? America have one of the best armies in the world, right? I'm leaving room if there is such an example. How many females are female soldiers out there just so they get medal for their courage on the battlefield and what they have done during exceptional circumstances and they say boy they get one type of medal that we only a select
come,
few
I,
get the type of
I,
medal.
I really do. I have not researched it, but
Mm.
I cannot recall seeing where a female soldier was given a battlefield medal, meaning as in Medal of Honor or the Valor or any stuff like that. I don't recall because women are not put on the front line. I don't think they are put on the front line as yet. They
Yeah,
are
and
more
here's the thing.
they are more a
And here,
support role, so
yeah,
they're not on the front line.
and here's the thing. We're not saying this to say that hey, women don't deserve to be in the army, because there may be other roles in the army where they might be really good at. You get me? I try to say
Yeah.
it could be
But
engineering, yeah, or somewhere else.
but here's a challenge now, Dylan.
Mm,
If you
yeah,
are in the army, right?
yeah,
You're on the front line,
yeah,
right? To your left is a woman who um, is shooting her M4 carbine or whichever
yeah,
one they're using, and to your right is a man also shooting his M4 carbine.
yeah,
When you look, instantly
hmm,
both of them get shot.
yeah.
There is no way you are going to override your instinct and run for the man first over the woman.
I'm gonna give another example, right? You see, earlier in the year when America was withdrawn, when America withdrew from Afghanistan,
Yeah,
and the Taliban decided, so guess what? Are we gonna run this shit now? And they start march and take over Afghanistan. You
yeah.
notice that the entire Afghanistan army were men, Zine. Some of
Hmm.
them they've been trained for a good while, and right, and at the same time they have man that put on the weapon and run, gone, and them a man. So
Yeah,
what happened? I think said the woman, I think said the woman that stand up, general that stand up and just fight and they say, guess what? We go shed the blood our life for the country, and for the family, and for the freedom.
the probability is very low. I think the probability for that is very low
Yeah, so
because
imagine,
the army on a
yeah,
whole is
yeah,
going to prioritize getting the women out first.
yeah. I remember, the Taliban they come in on. Taliban and the
Yeah,
man them decide, so guess what? We are dash our weapon and we go run to Saudi Arabia and we actually left the country. The man
yeah,
them in the army.
yeah. You know, so the army itself is going to prioritize getting the females out first,
Yeah,
and this is not. I am in no way knocking them prioritizing the
yeah,
females over the males
yeah,
because men and women have certain innate qualities
yeah,
that suit them better
yeah,
for some situations.
yeah,
For example,
yeah,
the average woman cannot stand up to the raw aggression of a man.
yeah,
The aggression factor alone, we're not even talking about the physicality as it,
yeah,
just the level of aggression
yeah.
that you can reach as a man, a woman cannot reach that level so easy.
Mm,
Right? This is why many times when you say women dispatching of men,
yeah,
of the lovers, they do
mm,
it in the sleep
mm,
or anything like that.
yeah,
Right? And from them strike the first blow,
yeah,
them basically shut their eye and just scream out and basically go hysterical. So they don't even know what happened.
yeah,
Whereas a man, he can be methodical in his thing, you know. So the raw aggression quality of a man is different than that of a woman,
yeah.
you know. All right. Last red flag. This one I know. May I go tell you my answer for now, you know. Do road. She thinks she is a boss bitch and don't need no man.
Brother, listen,
Me a burn up road.
let me tell you. As if it's a case of the man want front, fine. But a relationship just knows say boy, you go have a lot to contend with. A lot to contend with. Because first of
Because
all, them type of woman there,
she is not here to cater to you. She is not your partner. She is
is-
your competition.
yeah. She's the type, she's the I don't need a man, I want a man type of woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is proving to hurt women more. This is proving to hurt women so much
Yeah.
because for women there is a time frame, and at a certain time at a certain age their body takes over and this thing called maternal instinct kicks in.
Yeah.
So you can be boss bitch
Yeah.
throughout all of your most productive years when you should be trying to build with a man, when she
Yeah.
should be trying to build with a man. But when she gets up to a certain age
Yeah.
and and what you call this now, genetics or evolution or life takes over,
Yeah.
and her and her feminine instincts start to kick in,
Yeah.
because there are so many women who are going through it right now.
Yeah.
All of the boss bitches, and the other thing about it is that very few women can be a boss bitch. How many women that consider themselves boss bitch ever sign up $1 million check? Never. They consider themselves boss bitch for doing things like taking care of themselves, which is basic,
It's an adult. It's
which
because
is
being an
being
adult.
it is called being an adult.
Yeah.
You have to pay your rent and your light bill and your water, so you're a boss bitch. No, you're an adult.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Most men have to do that, and the average man has to do that for themselves. We don't
Yeah.
consider ourselves as no boss, nobody.
Yeah.
It is just part of life.
Mm.
You know, say when you're not living under your parents' roof. You have to pay rent or you have to build a house on your own. You're not boss of nobody. You're just being an adult.
Yeah.
So that type of person, the road tire burnout, brother, because she's going to challenge you in every aspect of your relationship.
Yeah.
Every aspect of your relationship will be challenged, because she's making her own money, and she
Mm.
is also forgetting that the men attraction between men and women works differently. The things
Yeah.
that men find attractive in a woman are not the things that
Yeah.
a woman finds attractive in a man.
Yeah.
So it is okay. And here's the thing, and we have to get this down pat as well. It is okay for a woman to try and leverage herself financially. It is
Yeah.
okay. However,
Mm.
for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You understand?
Yeah.
Men mature later.
Yeah.
Men get into their prime, in the prime of their life later, right? So the average millionaire is like maybe 50, 55, you know. And that is when some men, let's say between 35 and 50, that is where some men, the average man would get into the upper echelons where he would be, no, the pride of every woman, every woman's
Yeah.
diamond, So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, brother, comes down to this as men, and I would encourage every male that sees this podcast that look, concentrate on yourself as best as possible,
Say that again, Damon.
because
Say that, Damon. Let me show you. I wish you have we hope say you go have a future podcast where you speak on men concentrating on themselves as best as possible. Because trust me, the more valuable a man makes himself, right?
the more options open for him on the dating market.
Yes, and guess what? It's when time a man is able to afford certain things, when you see a female out there where you like, he can use him resources to create a certain experience in that one fair.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I know the funny thing about it, even as
yeah,
you mentioned that, sometimes sometimes it don't take much
yeah,
for a female to like go head over heels for you, because in all right, where we are right now,
yeah,
right, where we are, I believe to some extent we are maybe a little above the average person.
yeah,
All right, where in a sense that we have our heads, our body properly. We
yeah,
have a goal, or we set for ourselves. We have a 1 year goal, we have a 3 year goal, and we have a 5 year goal, we
yeah,
have a 10 year goal. We have all
yeah,
of those planned out, and we
yeah,
just take time and a tick 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 off as the months go by.
yeah,
We are tick off we like a monthly goals them, and we are
yeah,
hit with targets.
yeah,
So we have these things planned out.
yeah,
We can predict at what stage, and we will be in possession of a certain amount of resources to
yeah,
do a certain amount of things. You
yeah,
understand? So we are not the average person, the average
yeah,
man out there.
yeah,
All right. And what I'm saying to you is that it takes so little to give a woman a experience what she never um, had before.
Yeah.
because for the most part, what these guys are doing is just, I mean, as you mentioned just now, give me your number, talk 2 times per hour. We don't, most men don't spend the time to go out and talk and have certain conversations with the women.
Yeah, let me tell you. And it comes and it has gotten to the point where it has gotten to a point where even if you decide say you go do something for a female and expect nothing from her in return, it's like they're used to night's treatment.
There you go. Yes, because everybody who has ever treated them a particular way has done it with an expectation of a physical reward.
Yeah,
Whereas once you can be liberated in your mind to a certain way, so say, me like her, but you want, me feel like me just chill with her, me just chill with her. You understand? You may not even have a discussion about certain topics with her. You just
yeah.
want to say, all right, me just see what she's like, just chilling.
And here's the thing, it's because they've been cultured in such a way, persons can play upon those sort of preconceived notion
Yeah,
and get things from them without even have to ask. Like for
yeah,
example, some woman believes if a man asks them to come check them on them block, they just know say, all right, guess what? A front she's supposed to go over there if you go give, and she go
yeah.
over there with that in mind, you know?
But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. But here's
Yeah,
the thing though.
yeah,
I would I would say to women,
yeah,
if a man invite you to my house,
yeah.
understand that he is at least in a spot where um there may be some thought of sexual connection. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? That
Yeah.
the average man will do that because and a real though,
Mm-hmm.
if I want to chill with a girl,
Yeah.
I would rather say I could go out and in a public.
Yeah.
Once I'm a yard and I'm and her alone, that may not have been the initial
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
However, the
Yeah.
chances of this eventually happening is
Yeah.
very high
Yeah.
because we're two adults, a male and a female,
Yeah.
um, in a spot, especially if they have some form of attraction to each other.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can invite her come to your house and you come, that
Mm-hmm.
show and she come, that says
Trust
that
that.
there is
Yeah.
some form of attraction there.
Yeah.
And nature is more than likely gonna take its course.
Yeah.
It is very probable that nature will take its course.
Yeah.
So for that reason, if I want to chill with her,
Yeah.
we can just walk go down on the beach or just walk down a river,
Yeah.
yeah. Not to say that it can't happen there, so too, but
Yeah. 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 Try some man.
yeah, well, so I mean, it's about knowing yourself. And as I mentioned, you asked me to repeat, I'm going to repeat it.
Yeah.
Young men should be spending as much time as possible trying to better themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing: women are and men become.
Yeah.
What that means is a woman has one of her values, she born with that value. Right? She
Mm-hmm.
born with it.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
Because and as I mentioned before, it is about the opposite sex is the one who is going to set the price. So therefore, men innately are attracted to women for sex. So with that being said, a woman born with her value,
Yeah.
whereas one of the things that women find attractive in men is his
Yeah.
resources. You
Yes.
have to go and work for your resources.
Yeah.
So that is why I say women are and men become.
Yeah. And say one time, me or somebody say like, men spend their time to gather resources, and women spend their time together men with resources.
Ah, perfect. Couldn't say it better. Couldn't say it better.
Yeah.
Couldn't say it better, my brother. Yeah, man. I mean, that's how that's how it works. And the thing about it is that as men, because we are more calculating in the sense that we can take our feelings and say, boy, this makes sense, that don't make sense, and we can work it out without the feelings getting involved for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
We understand, so that's how we go,
Yeah.
and we work with it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Women have been taught that they are the prize and rate to pay and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, however, many times when they come into the real world, It
Yeah.
is hard for them to accept that. I know so it go.
Mm-hmm.
I know you are the prize. The relationship is the prize. The man is not the prize, nor is the woman the prize. The
Yeah.
relationship is the prize. That is what we're both going for. You know, that
Yeah.
is a challenge that many people don't understand fully.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, so that's just it. We have been here for almost 2 hours, Jaja. Well, well, just to go back to a couple of the pointers,
Mm-hmm.
because we said it just comes down to taking responsibility for your actions.
Yeah.
Take responsibility for your actions. Men and women are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So there are things that men can do and a woman can't. There are things that a woman can that women can do and men can't. There are pros and cons to being male and pros and cons to being female in the dating world. And that's just about it,
Yeah.
you know. And for the men, look out for your red flags.
Yeah.
All right. While you're dating, while you're courting a woman, while you're vetting the woman, look
Yeah.
out for the red flags. All right. We're not saying that you should go and be testing and antagonizing the women.
Yeah.
However, if something is wrong, it will come it will come out at some point,
Yeah.
and then it's up to you to decide how you want to deal with that situation. It's up to you to decide how you want to deal with that situation. So
Yeah.
look out for your red flags. Have your boundaries. That is why you don't compromise on. Don't compromise on your boundaries. If you know that you don't want someone who likes to hit you, for example,
Yeah.
the person does it, you say it in no uncertain terms. This not gonna work.
Yeah.
Know the things where you can work with and where you can't work with, because it comes down to compromise. You're
Yep.
gonna have to make some compromises. However, you
Yeah.
have to be able to put your foot down and say, okay, I will work with this and them I'm not gonna work with.
Yeah.
And that's about it. You know. Know know what you bring into a relationship. Know what you bring into a relationship and work on it. And it's life is about self-improvement at all time.
Yeah.
Always something you can improve on. Well, thank you so much for joining, Father Sin. Thank you so thank you so much for joining, man. It was a great conversation.
Yeah.
Whenever I go in live, I'm gonna definitely will give you a shout out.
Yeah.
So you can join on the panel. I want to start have some of these random chats.
Yeah.
Just sometimes get the things that are on your mind out there.
Yeah.
So at some point you can come back and look at it and say, okay, so this is what I was thinking when I was X years old.
Yeah.
This is what my mind was like.
Yep.
You know. So thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
And to all the viewers and all the subscribers, please remember to check out. Oh, and the diffuser for tonight was from Omar Morgan. Omar Morgan provided the diffuser, and this is the oil, essential oil that we're using tonight. And
Yeah.
the scent is sage. It's really good. I've been using it for a couple of nights, and it really does help you to get a good sleep in the nights. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. You know, really nice for a backdrop. Really nice backdrop. And so check him out. I tried to reach out to him earlier, but he said he does not have a page on Instagram.
Yeah.
However, for people who know that person, I will possibly try to put his WhatsApp in the description so you can check out his products. So
Yeah.
it's a sage, and the information will be on the description. If you have a small business, reach out to me and I will um, give you some promotions here on my page when I go live. Thank you so much for my guest tonight, Mr. Maxwell. This is the second time I would have had him on my platform. Thank you so much, man, and always a pleasure.
Come on,
It's
man is our
Miss
respect, man.
Definitely, man. Thank you. It's
All right.
Mr. Nemard again, and Thank you so much for checking out my content tonight. No, I have to go since I have another platform that I'm going to be on in a few short minutes. Thank you so much. We had an engaging conversation. And yeah, thank you. Let's go, let's go, let's go.